was giving talent, balls were just too late. So they try to put me down, but it makes me more ambitious. Success is sweet, but revenge is so delicious. Haters gonna hate.
What's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another pre-game stats breakdown. Starting off on the red team, we're going to have Orianna, Misfortune, Zed, Renekton, Lulu versus the blue team, who has Jarvan, Nidalee, Draven, Diana, and Thresh. So at the top lane, we are going to have Renekton versus the Diana. So a very interesting matchup, so I wonder who is going to win. Renekton mains AD carry while Diana mains top, so this should have a pretty big advantage going in Diana's favor. Renekton's been played by this person only once in a rank game before, where Diana's been played by this person 39 times. So I definitely think I'm going to give the advantage to best Riven NA, of course, because he's also the person that we are featuring in this episode. Then if we go into the mid lane, we're going to have another weird matchup with Orianna versus Nidalee. It's not something I don't think I've seen before. But Orianna mains caster, while Nidalee also mains caster. So no one's going to have a big advantage there. Orianna's been played by this person 88 times, while Nidalee's only been played by this person 22 times, which is still enough to get like a basic concept and grasp of a champion, but 88 times definitely allows you to master it a little bit more. It's hard to say. The overall win percentage for Orianna is 56.13% chance, when Nidalee's is 52.01. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go in favor of the Orianna on this matchup. Then if we take a look at the jungle, we're going to have Zed versus the Jarvan. Now Zed mains jungle while Jarvan also mains jungle. Again, no big advantage. Zed's only been played by this person 10 times, where Jarvan's been played by this person 97 times. So I think just from that I'm going to have to side with the Jarvan on it, but then if we go into the bottom lane, of course, you can't miss out on that. It's going to be Misfortune versus the Draven as far as AD carries. But Misfortune, I'm unable to find her stats, unfortunately. I don't know what happened there. But Draven mains jungle, so I don't know who's going to have a bigger advantage. But Draven's only been played by this person 3 times, when Misfortune is still a mystery. We have no idea. Draven's overall win percentage is 53.62%, which is still pretty good. It's still really, really good. It's pretty much average for anybody at the Diamond or Challenger level, so it's hard for me to really tell you exactly who's going to win that matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and just say it's a draw, and we'll take a look at the supports. So for the supports, we're going to have Lulu versus Thresh. Now Lulu mains AD carry, while Thresh also mains AD carry. No one's going to have a big advantage since they do know the bottom lane pretty well since they main AD carry. But Lulu's been played by this person 43 times, when Thresh has only been played by this person 12 times. So the overall win percentage for Lulu is 60%, when Thresh's is 52%. So I think I'm going to have to go with the bottom lane for the red team. Overall, if you add up all the wins and losses for everybody that's been playing, excluding Misfortune, you'll see that the red team has a 55.49% chance of winning, and the blue team has a 52.83% average of winning. So it's really hard to say still without the Misfortune, but I think I'm going to go ahead and follow the stats and go with the red team. So let's go ahead and get in the game and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another episode of the Diamond League. Of course, we finally are able to get a hold of best Riven NA. Phenomenal player, obviously a very good Riven. But this game, unfortunately, is playing Diana because he's been streaming a lot lately, and he actually got like 12,000 views on his channel, though, so that's awesome. Congratulations to him for getting 12,000 views on his live stream. It's definitely not easy to do, especially for somebody that doesn't use a mic or a webcam. So I'm actually very, very, very surprised that he was able to hit those kind of numbers. And he's not in the LCS either, so there's just a lot of weird things. Although since today the NA LCS happened, and a lot of the players, were off doing that, it kind of makes sense that after that's over, they still have to travel home and blah 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 blah, do all that other stupid stuff that why would you do? I'm just kidding. No, but there's a lot of stuff they still have to do, and Diana is going top. So yeah, it gives a big chance for a lot of the up-and-comers, the rising stars of solo queue, to get a little bit of fame and recognition. I just now found out today that Phantom Lord is apparently in Korea. That was interesting. I had no idea that that was happening until today. Apparently he's coming back on like the 28th or something, but it was still very interesting to hear about that. So as far as top lane matchup goes, we're going to have Diana versus Renekton. This is a very interesting matchup, mainly because Renekton has a stun. I mean, granted, Diana does have her Moonfall, which will bring people closer to her, but you don't always necessarily want to bring a Renekton close to you. Renekton has a way to get away. Diana really does not. His slice and dice, you know, he can slice through you, stun you, you know, of course, do a couple spin moves, and then just slice and dice right back out. So it makes it very difficult for anybody that really is trying to go up against him, but Call the Meek is going to be really, really nice.
Minions have spawned.
For sure. Then if we go into the jungle, we're going to have Jungle Zed, which actually not something I've seen. Yeah, I don't think I have seen a Jungle Zed. He can be really powerful, but it seems like he needs a lot of items and a lot of gold and a lot of kills. So he's one of those junglers that is going to require the gold that he gets from ganking lanes. And I don't know if that's going to be the most beneficial, to be honest. I think he would have been better at a top lane, probably. But you never know. I mean, it's NK Inc. He's a very, very excellent player, so it wouldn't surprise me if he pulled something out of his hat at all. As far as mid lane goes, you know, we're going to have Nidalee versus Orianna. This matchup, it's hard to say. Nidalee has some advantages at some points in time, but Orianna, she does have a lot of burst, but typically not enough to just flat out kill somebody. Wow, Thresh is going really low just from the auto attacks, staying in range. I don't know why he keeps juking up and down when he knows there's a ward in that brush. MF is going super low, almost falling down. Oh, a nice grab onto Lulu. That could be, oh, very close, but yes. Flashes for the kill on Misfortune. Beautiful pickup from Draven and Thresh there. They applied pressure, spread across, and now a huge gank coming in, but flashes over that, and the spear picks it up for the kill. And meanwhile, at top lane, we could have Diana going down pretty close. Ooh, forces the flash. Great job by Zed. Really needed that, but yeah, that was really good. So Diana's only getaway was that flash. Now that she doesn't have it, she's in a very, very tricky position. Granted, she does have a ward here now, so she's going to be able to see if Zed, or she had a ward in there, but she's going to be able to see if Zed comes up from the river, which is where he kind of went towards. Zed is now kind of just applying a little bit of pressure in the mid, just farming up a little bit, doing a little bit of lane taxing. And now with that red buff, oh, just barely missing. Oh my gosh, the Living Shadow is too strong, and wow! That was super close. That was so close. Orianna almost picked up that kill in the end. Beautiful play. Great flash. Hung on to it as long as humanly possible until, of course, it wasn't humanly possible to hang on to it anymore without dying anyway. So it was a really great job. Nice try, trying to run away. Forcing a little bit of mana coming out from Orianna. Just, you know, throwing on the shield as well as everything else. So yeah, her dissonance and the protect. I mean, it's not that much mana, but you know, when you only have 400 and using 130 of it, it's definitely it can be a problem after a while. But the mana regen she has is definitely going to put her right back up into it, so she's not going to have any issues whatsoever staying in that lane. But we take a look at the matchup down at bottom lane. Misfortune versus Darius. Or sorry, Draven. Draven. Oh my gosh, that shield goes so close. The damage over time, the bleed that he has, just, oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. It's really, really good for Draven. The Wicked Blaze, just his passive is so strong. It's really underrated. Oh, we could have a nice gank in here from Zed onto the Nidalee. Yes, we do have a little bit of work coming out here. And is she going to be able to do it? She's still at level 6. She gets ignited. Pop-up comes a little bit too late. Jarvan's just a tad bit behind where he needs to be. Takes about half of his life just for fun. And Zed and Orianna get out of there with absolutely no problems. Zed goes down to about half, but he has the Elixir of Fortitude. And he's still just chugging down those potions. So great job by them. But again, bottom lane, it's two very, very effective champions. Hoo-hoo, the play not quite landing. Thresh doing what he can, has that shield. It's a nice little AoE shield for everybody, but Draven is so close to dead. I'm thinking Misfortune, she has her flash up and barrier. She could definitely do quite a bit of damage. Draven has his barrier as well, and yes, he's going to use it now, but it's going to go to waste, and that is going to be a pickup. Beautiful clean coming out from Misfortune, but now, oh man, picked up Lulu. Great job by Jarvan. Now he cataclysms directly onto it, and that is a double kill from Jarvan, and forcing Misfortune to kind of distract herself. She knew that she was going to go down, I'm assuming, and the rest just kind of went in there to keep her there just in case. And that's a great job by supports. You know, if you can bait yourself out and force people to use spells on you, use manas, or get themselves out of position, that's exactly what you need to do as a support. Just an added little bonus to make you a little bit better of a support. You need to be able to put yourself in harm's way. Obviously, protection isn't just from spells, it comes from body blocking. And there's just a lot of potential there for people to grow as far as supports. And Thresh did a great job with that. Granted, it probably was not necessary in that particular case, but it's just a good example of what you can do. But Misfortune is just so strong early game, but so is Draven. Draven does a great job early game, and oh my gosh, Thresh is not having a good time either in that puffing plane. He's finally going to recall. Probably a good idea. And Draven is going to do as much as he can just to try to keep everybody off of that tower, but Lulu is just throwing out the harass as much as possible. And I don't know if Misfortune is going to do the same or not. Seems like they're just going to concentrate on the tower, which is exactly what they probably should do. She has not got to make it rain. Another great job by Lulu, just throwing out as many glitter lances as possible. It does use quite a bit of mana in comparison to what she has, but it's worth it for the extra damage that they're getting onto her. Luckily for Draven, he does have that Doran's Blade, and that's going to help quite a bit. Just for, you know, the extra damage per creep hit. Jarvan coming up to top, trying to gank out that Renekton, but Renekton's just going to recall. And Zed is so powerful in the jungle, he can just living shadow through every wall, and since he's using energy, it's not a big deal at all, but he's going super close to dying. Luckily he's able to pick him out. That Vamp Scepter definitely helped, and oh my gosh, Misfortune just absolutely destroyed. What happened here? Oh, Orianna coming in doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, but no, Draven is 100% caught out of position, and this is going to be an auto attack. Ooh, nice flash from Orianna. If she would have taken that hit, she would have definitely died. But luckily for, well, not really luckily, but great planning by her, forcing the ultimate out of Draven or giving him false hopes, and then just flashing away from it anyway. It was very, very excellent. So Orianna's doing a lot of work right now. She's only up by 2 CS, but she's still kind of getting a little bit pushed out of the lane. For her going into that bottom lane to pick up that kill, she did lose her tower. So I 100% don't think that's worth it. But Jarvan was on top of the ball, and this is a really, I really like this new Nidalee skin. It's kind of cool. It's all digitally and it's like cyborg Nidalee, avatar Nidalee. Oh, so cool. Oh, that was kind of cool. Well, oh, top lane, we have quite a bit of damage, and the Cataclysm finally coming out. Oh, but the ultimate from Renekton is going to go on, and Jarvan is just going to flash out of there, making sure he can't get out or cannot chase him. Great job by Jarvan and Diana. They have those gap closers, 2 each, being Cataclysm for a little bit if it got closer. It's not the biggest one, but it's still there. It still exists. And that's all that really matters. But, oh my gosh. We're taking a nice chunk from a spear. So that means Nidalee's starting to get a little bit beefy. But, oh, we have a really dangerous situation here. Yes, Nidalee is not in a healthy situation. The ultimate coming out, and that is going to be a nice living shadow. Are they going to be able to follow up on it? That is the question. No! He is going to run out of there eventually, and wow. Lulu takes down the Draven, and oh, they aren't able to follow up on it, but it's very, very close. Nidalee has blue buff, and she wants to make sure she keeps that, so she's just gonna throw out those spears as much as possible. Throw out her heal, just kind of create some space, create some distance, and oh, a nice grab, and the pop-up. Great job. Gonna throw out the lantern. Not really gonna do any extra auto attacks. I think they would have definitely been able to kill her if they did it. Oh, they were able to pick it up in the long run, but Jarvan does not have his ultimate. Unfortunately, the box is also down. But wow, that was a great pickup by Diana, being able to get that Orianna in mid lane. And nice spears once again. If they continue to keep that up, this Nidalee is going to get very scary, because just having a lot of AP is not always enough. You need to have a lot of AP, but you also need to be able to predict where people are going to be, so you can effectively hit your targets with your spear. And that's one of the hardest things to do. In the meantime, blue team is transitioning onto Dragon. Are they going to be able to take it? Yeah. Completely uncontested, 100%. Beautiful play, though. And ooh, Nidalee takes their blue buff, I think. No, she didn't. Blue buff wasn't up. It seemed like she did since she's pinging it, but she was just recalling. Blue buff, let's see, went down, should have went down right around 8 minutes-ish for the second time. And so, yeah, we still got another couple minutes until blue buff is back up. So we'll see if there's going to be any real fights for that blue buff or not. That is going to be the next main point of contention, since there's no dragon. Also, until about 18 minutes into the game, where things starts to kind of get serious. Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. So res right on. So it goes down around 7 minutes. I apologize. I messed that one up. And we do have blue buff here. Nidalee is right on top of it, knowing that it's gonna happen. And wow, Orianna gets in there. She is just going to try to take. Oh my gosh, that spear would have easily killed her. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. Terrifying. Really coming in. I don't think she really wants to fight the Zed. Gets a nice little spear, but in the meantime, oh my gosh, just everything interesting gotta happen at the same time. Like, I really like seeing Nidalee chase, especially when you don't see her. But that was a beautiful lantern pickup. Oh my gosh, and Mega Rain coming out doing massive amounts of damage, so they're able to pick up Lulu, and there's absolutely nothing that Miss Fortune can do. In the meantime, Nidalee coming up, able to possibly get it down. No, yes, gets one auto attack, one more. Yes, Orianna picks up the kill in the long run. And I don't know if that was the best of trades. I mean, granted, you want to keep Zed down, but you still gave him an assist for a kill, and you also gave Orianna a kill, and a fed Orianna is freaking terrifying. When she gets some full items, especially now she has the Sork Shoes, Chalice Harmony, Fiendish Codex, she has so much mana, she's not going to run out of it, or she has mana regen, she's not going to run out of it. She picks up that Athene's Holy Grail. Wonderful item for Orianna, pretty much standard at this point. Don't know what she's going to take next, but Renekton has not been able to take that top tower, and he went into mid. So I'm not exactly sure why he did that, but wow, the Ignite going down as well as his ultimate. He did a ridiculous amount of damage on a 2v1. He went low, don't get me wrong, he went really low, but he was able to bring that fight back and almost completely obliterate Jarvan and remove him from the map. Jarvan is forced to go back completely, and the ultimate from Orianna isn't up, so I don't know why she is even scared whatsoever. Diana coming in from the back, potentially doing a little bit of damage. She's pinged out. They know that she's there. And, uh-oh. Is Hannah gonna go in on it? That's a very scary question. Oh my gosh, that is not gonna be good. Gets stunned. It's a really nice play, and she's gonna go directly on Orianna. And oh, the ignite coming out, but the protect. She goes down anyway, and the shockwave does not finish it up. Very disappointing. Shockwave. Oh, it didn't go on cooldown. Okay, so it started to go off, but it didn't go on cooldown. I was gonna say, she died like right when that happened, but in the meantime, Nidalee is gonna chase out. She's gonna have to get over the wall, and oh my god, that's a very dangerous situation. Zed is closing the gap as much as he can, but he's only one man, Captain. And that red buff is gonna create a lot of slowing down, and boom, free kill for Jarvan. I guess he forgot about the spear. Oh, beautiful amount of CC coming out from Thresh. Gets the box, and now the snare and the auto attacks from Draven are easily going to be able to pick that up. Are they going to be able to go for one more? No, he is not going to go for another auto attack. I was actually kind of surprised about that. It seemed like he really wanted to go for the last auto attack, but Jarvan is going to come in. Nice little cataclysm coming up. Easy pickup for him. And oh my gosh, Renekton is now in a pickle. But easily going to get away with slice and dice. Bottom tower now going down. This is the third tower of the red team that they've lost. So I'm really disappointed to continue. See a great shockwave coming out from Orianna. Just barely got it. And Nidalee is able to jump over that wall and boop, spear. She's able to jump over the wall and heal herself. She's doing a great job. Not wasting any time with transition of stances. Getting away. But getting away safely. So she's not just going the long ways around and trying to increase her range. That she's further away. She's going over walls and stuff like that, which is exactly what you need to do. The only thing is about her is you can't panic with her, or else you get into a lot of problems. Wow, really nice spear once again. Oh my gosh, she's at 17 HP. Almost. Nidalee was like a centimeter further back. That would have done enough damage to kill her, I believe. Oh, spear didn't quite land that time. Oh, Diana's in a really tough situation, but spears, the onslaught of spears that are coming out are starting to miss now. Oh, this could be really bad. Don't grab the lantern. Very interesting. Are they going to continue going? There's still a huge fight going on. Jarvan is in the midst of it. Misfortune ends up going down. Now that is a killing spree now for Jarvan. He has had 6, 0, and 3. He's doing a phenomenal job just wrecking everybody. Thresh is kind of out of position, gets ignited, and then flashes. So he survives and just throws out lantern for the extra shield. And now are they going to be able to pick down? Oh yes, the spear sniper! And then Diana picks up the kill onto the Zed, and that's a double kill. Oh my god. It's a really bad situation for the red team. They're not doing too great anymore. 7,000 gold behind. 4 towers behind, 1 dragon behind. Dragon is now respawned, but are they going to be able to do anything about it? That is going to be the question. Oh, nice job at Misfortune. Throwing out the bolt time, getting the creep wave as well as all the damage on them, and it's lucked on somebody else. Oh, the spear just barely misses, but the auto attacks from Draven are going to finish up. He's still getting hit by the tower, and now I don't think there's any way he's going to get away. Oh, except for the lantern. Spear almost smashes Misfortune into the ground. Oh, nice block. Still doesn't have quite enough ability power. Oh, the shockwave coming down. Nice job. She's doing as much damage as possible, and another tower going down thanks to Diana. And in the meantime, Draven picks up Misfortune. Not having too many issues, but getting really close to dying. Jarvan, oh, he's definitely flashing out of there. That was a really dangerous situation. Flay now coming out. Oh, blue team really needs to back up. They have no health. This is a really bad situation for them to be in, but they are getting ahead, and now Nidalee is just kind of hanging out. She teleported to the ward. I don't know if the teleportation was really all that necessary.
Turret has been destroyed.
Oh, Zed finally takes the first tower for the red team. That is going to definitely increase the amount of gold that they have, of course. but it's really going to help them out. They need to minimize their advantage. They need to try to stabilize their gold loss. Since all the towers that are left are kind of like inhibitor towers and an inner tower, they're much harder to take down. What that means is that if they're harder to take down, there's potential they can just start to farm and lose, like, stop the snowball, basically. If they can stop that snowball, that's going to be incredible, but it's going to be difficult. Zed getting ignited and completely put on by Diana, and now the ultimate, and she's going to juke left and right. Shockwave now coming out, and Kodo the Meek is definitely going to clean it up. Great job by Renekton, but Nidalee comes in from the back and easily picks that up, and Nidalee's in a really bad situation. Saw that Orianna actually went bottom, because I think she suspected her to jump over the wall. Another stun coming out from Renekton. Gonna keep running away. Still gets slowed down. This is a really bad situation. Another dissonance coming in, and bam. That is a very, very, very dead Nidalee. But she distracted them for so long. Misfortune ended up dying. She did take some meat on with her, so that's important. I mean, she took down the Draven, which is, of course, always important. And she got a kill, which she desperately needed. She's still up in CS by about 30, which is really nice. She's trying to carry her team. They pretty much won their lane in that particular sense. They did lose a tower before the other team, but she's up in CS significantly. Being up by 30 CS is quite a bit. Right now, Thresh is all by himself. He doesn't have an oracle. He's just kind of roaming around in the river. I don't think that's a very good idea. Yeah, he's gonna take some damage. Hopefully, I just kind of knocking him back a little bit. But taking the creeps for Nidalee to pick him up, and wow, Nidalee is in a really tough situation once again. Nice little juke there. He's like, I want to ride it. Jumps to the lantern, coming back. Oh. Nidalee, you have to keep your eye on Nidalee at almost all times, especially when she gets a little bit more AP. She has a death cap now, which is, oh my god, half health of Orianna. And now nice little stun, and there are minions there, so there's no way they can really do it as long as they stay on the other side of minions. Another stun going down for Jarvan. Jarvan coming in, getting exhausted, gets 3 people stuck in the same little area, and he flashes out. Is he going to go down? No, he goes down to 22 HP. And, oh, a nice flash from Renekton coming out. Diana goes directly on, and oh my gosh, it gets slowed down by the dissonance, and no, should have waited for the Crescent Strike the second time. And then he could have got a third charge. And, ooh, a nice spear coming out. Diana is still basically at full health, and that is very sad. Raven ends up picking up one of the towers, and then of course Thresh. Thresh needs all the kills. Thresh is 2-0 and 11, doing a phenomenal job. Not quite the perfect score for a support, but you know, getting those 2 kills can't be choosy. Now they're just gonna back off and do what they need to do. Is he gonna go for a grab? I don't know exactly what he's trying to do. Oh, this is really scary. Nice pickup on the ward by Renekton. Just did a really good job on that one. You gotta make sure that you don't put wards down around people that can just instantly blow it up. Misfortune getting blown up. Holy cow. Distance coming down the Flay, trying to back him off. Gets a stun onto the Draven. Shockwave now coming down. Draven is in a really bad situation. He's going to throw out auto attacks until he dies. Ends up going down, but Jarvan picks up the Orianna. And now, oh my gosh, Renekton is still in the middle of the team fight, like 3 of them. And he is still doing so much damage. They finally pick him up. The red team was too scared to stay in there, so they just kind of ran away. I think Renekton had that. Renekton was doing a phenomenal job of just tanking 3 members and dealing quite a bit of damage. Lulu gets caught out of position, uses her ultimate. She had her ultimate, she didn't use it on the Renekton earlier. That's a little depressing. And now Zed's in the mix. Zed still does a ridiculous amount of damage, able to do quite a bit. The bullet time doing an insane amount of damage. Nidalee picking up Zed, and now Misfortune completely caught out of position. And the Cataclysm coming out, and he flashes out of the Cataclysm instead of just running away. Thresh is now in a really tough spot. He throws out the Flight, and the Spear not quite landing. No, the command attack picks it up from Orianna. She's going to throw out Dissonance, trying to close the gap. There's no way she's going to catch up to the Nidalee, though. There's just no way. Especially with the brushes there, there's absolutely no way. Ooh, a nice spear. And now Nidalee is on the prowl with Draven there too. Oh, nice pick up. Forcing out the shockwave, trying to save herself, but she ends up going down anyway. Great job by Draven picking up that kill, as well as forcing out the ultimate. Draven's so low. Draven, oh man, he's in a really powerful position. He's got that bonus 20 attack damage. He needs to get up to 30. So he's a little bit behind on that.
Red team's turret has been
10 more creep kills and he'll be alright. As far as Misfortune goes, she's down to 2 attack damage. Definitely not doing too great right now. She's just dying too much. And Diana and Draven are really working on this inhibitor. That is going to be the second inhibitor that they took down. Ooh, a nice stand aside coming up from Draven, and that's a lot of front-loaded damage. Holy cow, Diana almost instantly blows up. Misfortune is forced to flash out of there, and she just barely survives. Beautiful play by the blue team. Great coordination. The ultimate from Draven was almost the last nail in the coffin. And oh, cute little cupcake play coming in, and now Jarvan's in the mix, trying to get out of the box, coming down, slowing him down by a ridiculous amount. Nidalee picks up the Zed. Cataclysm coming out, trapping in 3 members of the red team. They're able to get 2 more. Nidalee and Thresh pick up kills, and that's a double kill. Is Nidalee going to get 1 more? No, she's not going to dive it. But good. Still beat. Oh, she's in a bad situation, and that is the surrender vote. Barely surviving. Great job. Congratulations to the blue team. Definitely a decisive victory, and GG to the red team. Tried really, really hard, but just kept snowballing out of control. There was nothing you guys were able to do. It didn't seem like everyone was working as a whole team. Renekton was doing a great job, and he was able to tank quite a bit. I think with the help of Lulu's ult, they would have done a little bit better. But if you guys like the videos and you want to see more, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I do come out with new videos every single day of the week, typically. Yeah, typically every day. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so it gets sent to you through your subscriber box or email. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any feedback at all, what needs to improve, what needs to change, things of that nature. But also if you have any requests for champions or players that you want to see, because I'm doing this for you guys. I do enjoy it, of course, myself, but I still do it for you guys. If you guys want to see champions or players, it comes with the territory. I get to meet a lot of people doing this as well, so just start a conversation with me. I'm a friendly guy. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.